When an idea has 8 arms, it's hard to let go. Hello and welcome to Fashion Bites. I'm Ellen Byerrum, author of the Lacey Smithsonian Crime of Fashion Mysteries, as well as other exciting books, ghost stories, and plays. My mystery series features Lacey Smithsonian, a fashion reporter who works in Washington, D.C., the city that fashion forgot. Lacey uses fashion clues to solve crimes. I use fashion clues to comment on clothes, current events, and whatever I feel like. It's been quite a while since I've posted a video, but this week is extra special for me. Today I'm talking about my first children's book, which is finally available for sale. You can order it from your favorite bookstore or online shop. SHERLOCKTOPUS HOLMES, 8 Arms of the Law, is not my usual book, I grant you that. Told in rhyme and meter, SHERLOCKTOPUS and his starfish friend Dr. Flotsam hunt for a missing doll that's been thrown into the sea. Fun for children and their parents, it introduces basic mystery concepts and amusing definitions. So where did SHERLOCKTOPUS come from? Ideas for books can come from strange places. This book's idea came to me in a dream years ago after my first mystery novel, Killer Hair, was published. In my dream, my then editor, Jenny Ostertag, told me my next book was fine, but the publisher really wanted books about a crime-fighting octopus. "They want what?" I said. I woke up and shook my sleeping husband and complained, "Now they want a crime-fighting octopus." He replied, "Well, I guess that's SHERLOCKTOPUS Holmes." One thing about Bob, he's always clever, even half awake. He immediately went back to sleep, but the idea for the book rolled around in my brain on a back burner for years. As I said, when an idea has 8 arms, it's hard to let go. At one point, I wrote a story about SHERLOCKTOPUS in prose. However, it simply didn't work. The book cried out for rhyme and meter. Go figure. And on top of that, definitions. Definitions that also had to rhyme, as well as the text, like this one for red herring. A herring is a fish that's silver or blue. A herring that's red can never be true. Don't chase a red herring. It's an untrue clue. While I was writing SHERLOCKTOPUS, I attended a conference for children's book authors and illustrators to see what I could learn. The conference was both interesting and shocking. I listened to an editor with a traditional New York publisher who presented a case history of how one children's book made it through to publication. Running this gauntlet is not easy, so brace yourselves. And no, I'm not going to mention her name or the name of the book she edited. The first shocking fact: it took 4.5 years from acceptance to publication. 4.5 years for fewer than 1,000 words. Compare this to an adult mystery, where a book might take from a year to 18 months from acceptance to publication with a traditional publisher. And we're talking about 80,000 to 120,000 words, including rewrites and proofreading and dealing with editors. But over the 4+ years, this children's editor slashed many words and demanded many rewrites and more word slashing. The editor also demanded multiple revisions of the artwork over and over again, and she chose the artist. It sounded like torture to me. Another fun fact: in the big publishing world, your publisher most likely will choose your artist and split your royalties between the two of you. In my case, I paid my artist up front. One conference takeaway was that the editor said she cut words if the pictures alone could tell the story. She appeared to prefer the art to the words. I have since talked with one mother who told me she likes to pick up a stack of books at the library to read to her kids at night. Children's books with illustrations. She said she's so disappointed if it's mostly pictures and not enough words. Then she has to go and make up stories to go with the pictures to please her kids. They want stories. Also at this conference, the editor had a list of things she didn't like and wouldn't consider, and one that struck me the most was rhyming. She hated rhyming, except once in a while. It depended. Who knows? However, she contended that most people don't do it right. That may be. This conference was enlightening, I enjoyed it, and it clarified my decision to do SHERLOCKTOPUS my way. So whether it fails or succeeds, it's my book and my team. My talented artist, Jacqueline Berkman-Glatigny, and my designer, Bob Williams, who miraculously mated the text and the art. Here's a bit from the book's beginning. There are wondrous things down deep in the ocean, marvelous creatures always in motion, fishes that swim and lobsters that crawl, and castles of coral and seaweed so tall, dolphins and whales and stingrays with tails, urchins and blowfish, more fish than you could wish. One creature stands out, or rather he swims. He's smart as a dolphin, but doesn't have fins. He thinks with his head and his tentacles too. He turns different colors like purple and blue. Sherlocktopus is an octopus, Holmes his last name, with 8 arms of the law, detecting's his game. Every octopus is smart, that's certainly true. But Holmes is quite brilliant. He loves a good clue. Solving mysteries and puzzles down under the seas, I wouldn't kid you, I guarantee. His friend is a starfish, her name's Dr. Flotsam. She's loyal and brave. And brains? Yes, she's got some. You can read the rest on your own. Sherlocktopus Holmes, 8 Arms of the Law can be ordered from your favorite independent bookstore or online seller. Remember that reviews are the lifeblood of books, and I appreciate each and every one if you care to write one. That's all I have for now. If you want to know more about me or my books or plays, check out my website at ellenbyerrum.com. I'm also on Facebook, Twitter, NPX, New Play Exchange, and occasionally on Instagram. See you next time. Bye.